Aurora Water offers rebates for water-wise landscape projects through the Grass Replacement Incentive Program, also known as GRIP. Participants in the program are required to measure the square footage of their project areas using the Project Measurement tool. This video will show you how to use that tool. The tool works best on a laptop or desktop computer, but does not work well on a phone. In the video, I will measure two different types of water-wise project areas. When you are converting your lawn from a high water use grass, such as Kentucky bluegrass, the first option is to replace that grass with a water-wise native grass or other warm season grass. You may also convert the lawn into a water-wise landscape that includes shrubs, perennials, and ornamental grasses. For more information about these options, please see Step 3 in the GRIP manual. The GRIP manual is available on the website auroragov.org/GRIP. The tool is a feature of a type of mapping software. You will use the tool to find the map of your property, then create an outline of your project areas on that map. Once you outline your project areas, the tool will show you the total square footage of these areas. It's important to note that for GRIP, the only areas of your property that qualify as the project areas are the areas that are currently covered in healthy grass. Areas that are currently covered with shrubs, rocks, etc. do not qualify for the rebate. The tool will show you an estimate of your possible rebate amount if you meet the GRIP requirements as outlined in that GRIP manual. The rebate amount will be based on the square footage and which type of water-wise plants you will use to replace your grass. As a bonus, the tool will estimate the amount of water your new landscape may save and how much money you may save on your water bills. Depending on the device you are using to access this tool, your screen may appear slightly different than how it appears in this video. However, the features of the tool should all function the same. When you click on the menu labeled Measure Your Water-Wise Project, the instruction reminders appear on the left side of the page. If you want to hide the reminders, just click the blue tab with a double arrow icon along the right side of the reminders. If you hide the reminders but want to view them again, click the same tab and the reminders will appear. The middle section of the page should show an aerial map of the city of Aurora. Near the top right corner of that map, there's a small white box with a magnifying glass icon. When you click on the magnifying glass icon, the search feature will open. Click on Find Address or Place, and then type in your address. Then hit the Enter key on your keyboard. Once you press the Enter key, a new box titled Search Result should appear over the map. The search result box contains another magnifying glass icon with a plus sign in the icon. Click this icon several times to zoom in as closely as you can onto your property. When you move your mouse to move the cursor over the map, the cursor should appear as a small white arrow. To move the map around in the window, click and drag your mouse. The small white arrow will change into a small white hand. Drag the mouse until you can view your full project area. For this example, I'm going to outline this section of my grass as my front yard and this section of grass between the sidewalk and the street as my curbside landscape. On the right side of the page, the Editor menu shows an option for New Feature with an icon of a gray trapezoid. Click New Feature. The Creates Features menu should appear with several icons showing different shapes. The first shape, a polygon, is highlighted blue. This will be the best option for most people to use to outline their GRIP project areas. When you move your cursor over the map now, it will appear as a black plus sign with a small orange circle. This is how you know that the tool is ready to start drawing your outline. Click to draw the first point of your outline somewhere on the border of your project area. When you click again, that will set down your second point and draw a line between the 2 points. And you'll just keep doing that. If you need to draw a rounded edge, like this corner, you'll need to click more points closer together. Here's another rounded edge. Once you complete the outline of one section of your project area, double-click to finalize the outline. If the outline you drew is not correct, just click on the shape and press the Delete or Backspace key on your keyboard. The menu on the right side of the screen will now show Customer Submitted Vegetation, with 3 fields for you to complete. In the first field, enter the Aurora Water account number for this property, starting with the letter A. In the second field, enter the address of the property. And in the third field, labeled Choose Your Water-Wise Plant Type, click the chevron to view the drop-down menu. Select either native grass or water-wise. Select the native grass option if you are planning to install any warm season grass, even if it's not native to Colorado. And for more information about selecting warm season grasses, please go to step 3 in the GRIP manual. Again, auroragov.org/GRIP. If you're planning to install shrubs, perennials, and/or ornamental grasses, select Water-Wise from the drop-down menu. Click the blue Create button, and the number for the square footage will appear on the shape that you drew. So this shape I drew was 12,770 feet. If you're converting part of your lawn into a warm season grass and part of your lawn to shrubs, perennials, and/or ornamental grasses, you will need to draw separate outlines for these 2 different types of project areas. The 2 different types of project areas will have different water requirements, and the rebates will be calculated differently. If you click the Create button, but then you realize that the shape you created is not correct, the tool will not allow you to delete the incorrect shape, but it will allow you to draw a new shape, even if they overlap. If, for example, I created this single outline, but I'm planning to install both types of vegetation, I will need to draw those shapes separately. So let's say for most of it, I will actually be doing a native grass. I'll do the same thing. I'll put in my example account number, my example address, and then this time, instead of selecting Water-Wise, which is the shrubs, perennials, and ornamental grasses, I'll switch it over to native grass. When I click Create, even though I had that blue shape underneath, you can still see the edge of it here, this other green shape is going to be my native grass area. So I'll create that, and then I'll go back to put in a border that I'm planning to have as my perennials, shrubs, and ornamental grasses. Again, the account number, example address. But this time, instead of native grass, I'm putting in the shrubs, perennials, and ornamental grasses. I click Create. So that takes care of what would be my front yard. And then for my curbside landscape, I just do the same. And for that one, account number, example address. And this time, I'm also going to do perennial shrubs and ornamental grasses, so I will select waterwise. When I click create, there's the square footage for the curbside. So you'll just repeat those steps to create multiple outlines until you've outlined every part of your project areas. Once you have created all the outlines for all of the grass that you plan to remove on your property, click the GRIP Rebate and Savings Estimates at the top right corner of the screen. There are just 2 more steps until you can view the measurements and estimates of your savings and rebates. Step 1, select your address to bring up the project areas you drew. Step 2, select all the shapes that you drew which accurately represent your project areas. And this is important because remember I first drew that shape where I put everything in the front yard as waterwise, but it was actually going to be a mix of native grass and waterwise. So I will do the second, third, and fourth ones. If you have any error message come up like this, you can just select continue editing. So this first one was an error. I'm not going to select that. The second one is this highlighted section here. Then I've got another waterwise strip here. Again, I'll just click continue editing and continue editing. So now the right side of your screen will show a table with all the square footages and savings estimates. I do want to point out this area up here that says, please note the savings are estimates based on average water use. Your savings amounts may be different based on the unique characteristics of your home. Rebate estimates are preliminary and do not guarantee the rebate amount shown. Aurora Water staff must review projects before providing your actual rebate eligibility amount. Be sure to enter the total project square footage in your GRIP application. In this example, I would enter 13,797 into my application. However, when you enter the square footage into your plant list calculators, be sure to use a different calculator for the square footage of the front yard, curbside, and if applicable, backyard. So if you'll remember, only part of my front yard was native grass. So this green section here, the narrow strip along the right side is where I'm putting shrubs, perennials, and ornamental grasses. So on my plant list calculator for the front yard only, I will enter the square footage of 12,070 plus 212. So that's this number plus this number for the front yard plant list calculator. So I would total those up for 12,282, and then the remaining 1,816 square feet is for my curbside. So I will enter that into the plant list calculator for the curbside only. This tool will send images of the shapes that you drew along with the square footage to Aurora Water staff, and then the staff will verify those amounts. As always, if you have any questions, please contact our staff using the messages section of your GRIP application. We look forward to seeing your grass replacement project soon.